Congratulations! If you are watching this and you have completed and built the app through the labs, well done, congratulations. This is a wrap up just to summarize everything that you've learned over the course of completing this on-demand learning around Power Apps basics. It's all about turning bright ideas into brilliant apps and doing that with a Fusion team, or even if it's just yourself in a small organization, or with a Fusion team across a huge enterprise organization. It's about turning these bright ideas into brilliant apps, and Power Apps is just one of many different components that you can use to build out these brilliant apps from those ideas. We looked at Canvas apps. We looked at how Canvas apps, you've got this blank canvas to be able to build user-focused apps to manage business processes. We've built Canvas apps that manage scorecards for bonus calculations, for controlling loading cargo onto planes, lots of different examples of Canvas apps that are business power used to create and use custom business applications across business platforms. And it is using Excel and PowerPoint skills. It really is that easy to be able to create these. You still need to be technical, but the barrier to entry of developing these solutions is much lower than it has ever been. Then you have Microsoft Dataverse, where you can map out your business and your workflows in an environment where you create the logic of those as close to the data as you can. So these business rules and validation and role-based security live in the same place as the data, and the data is stored securely, rich metadata across these custom entities and in standard entities that can be used and reused across different applications. And then, of course, you can build Power Apps on top of the Dataverse and automate flows against that data in the Dataverse as well. And then once you get the Dataverse right, you can then build model-driven apps on top of that Dataverse, a metadata-driven architecture for creating and customizing apps without writing any code. And that's component-focused design, component-focused no code design environments. You can add business rules and business process flows to your apps, and then they are automatically built for web and mobile without any changes or any consideration from a design perspective. You just build the app and it's ready to go on any platform. And then we looked at Power Automate, the ability to create these business process flows to automate mundane, repetitive tasks. And we've got a whole course for that as well. Integrates with Teams. You saw it integrating with Teams. You can also, of course, integrate with Azure. And we know that there's this integration with Microsoft is at the core of Power Platform and the Power Platform value proposition. So what's on the road ahead for Power Apps? So every single one of these apps is evolving all the time. We started, so I'm speaking now in February 2022. So we've been involved with the Power Platform since May 2020, so almost 2 years. And specifically around Power Automate, but also Power Apps and a little bit of virtual agents. Not so much Power BI, but we've been doing a little bit of that, but most of it's been in these two sections up here. And the platform has changed in those 2 years a heck of a lot, right? So as you've gone through this training, you will have definitely noticed some changes that aren't in the manuals, that probably the video is out of date in certain areas, but you get the idea that this platform is ever evolving, and each of these products is ever evolving. It's not that the whole thing is evolving in a small way. Each of these is racing at a fast speed, which is bringing the whole platform, accelerating the platform at a fast speed as well. Some of the changes that are coming out. So you'll have seen FX. So the the language that is used across Power Apps and Power Platform is known as PowerFX. And so it was released into across in 2021, but it's now on the roadmap. It is being integrated into Dataverse, so you can create these powerful business calculations inside the Dataverse to pre-populate calculated fields with a lot more complex and sophisticated logic than what we can do right now. We can still do a lot of good stuff right now, but adding this in means that we can do a lot more. There's also something exciting with PowerFX that is not on this slide, but it is related to Microsoft's acquisition of OpenAI a couple of years ago. OpenAI is a massive data set of trained data to look at natural language, and they're baking a lot of that stuff into their AI capabilities across Azure, Power Platform, and everywhere else. That's coming to PowerFX. So to correct people's PowerFX code, AI will be used to correct automatically code that is being entered. So lots of exciting things with PowerFX. And then the authoring experience is changing. So depending on when you have done this lab, especially for the model-driven apps, you may have been using the old model app designer. So today you've got the Canvas designer, you've got the Canvas designer for Teams, and you've got the model app designer. There's these three components. What is happening is these are converging over time. So we've got the modern app designer that is coming, and that will replace the model app designer. We've got the modern app designer, not the model app designer. So this will look a lot more like the Canvas designer, the Canvas designer for Teams. It will look a lot more like that. It will give you a live preview of the pages, help you to build faster, and you can enable custom pages built through the Canvas app designer to be used in model-driven apps. So that is pretty cool. You can build a Canvas page that can be used inside model-driven apps, converging these two experiences together. So eventually what we will have is the Canvas designer and the modern app designer will converge. They'll align a lot more than they are at the moment into just Power App Studio. That's where it's heading, and eventually that's where it will get to. Not sure on the time frame on this. I'll see if I've got the notes here. Bits of it are rolling. Bits of it are in the roadmap for this year. Just to know that the roadmap is public. You can get the roadmap here. So as I'm recording this, we are so the release waves go from April to September and October to April. So we are currently in release wave 2 of 2021. I'm speaking in February 2022. So release wave 1 covers April to September of 2022, and that is release wave 1. So if you want to go and view the release wave 1 plan, you would go to this URL, but you would use you'd put a 1 there rather than 2. So click on that and you'd go through to the release wave for that particular time. Just to show you what it kind of looks like, you've got this. I wonder if I can just type it in here and it will show it. Yep, here we go. So here you can see, let's see what is actually on the roadmap for Power Apps. You can look at the overview of what's coming, what's new and planned. So intelligent formula repair with PowerFX, so that is coming in May, which is great. Support for, so you can see here the whole heap, lots and lots and lots of changes coming. I can't see any of them about the no, I can't see anything about the it just seems like they are sort of converging gradually over time rather than just a release of the Power App Studio. They'll just gradually converge over time. So a lot of these changes are part of that convergence. So I dare say it will be probably another 12 months until we see that Power Studio Designer. But at least you get an idea of the Power App Studio. At least you get an idea of where they are headed. Super, super exciting. And, you know, the ability to create these really powerful solutions is literally in your organization right now. A whole bunch of resources that you can leverage. This portal that you're on right now has got a whole heap of resources, whole heap of training content. Reach out to us over support. We've got a whole heap of resources in the support bot, and you can contact us directly with any questions. This build your own Power App solution, that is on this portal as well. So go ahead and create that. You do that one. Power Automate, we've got a whole course on that as well, and Power Virtual Agents. We've also got certification courses that you can do. Reach out to us to find out more. That will give you the official Microsoft certification for you and your business. Thank you so much for doing this course. Thank you so much for taking the time for going through the labs and listening to my dulcet tones going on about these things. I hope you found it incredibly valuable. If you have completed this, please drop us some feedback in the support. Use support bot to contact us. Give us some feedback. How was it? Feedback is our fuel. We will make changes. This is version 1 of the Academy. We will definitely be re-recording all of these regularly. So any feedback will be incorporated and it will improve the experience for everybody else. Thank you. Good luck designing apps and see you in the next course.